Hello everyone, my name is George and today we are here to look into the creation, configuration and provisioning of dashboards, alerting rules and contact points for the monitoring system of the SATP-Hermes package. Important to note, there's already a README explaining everything within the folder Grafana with a step-by-step tutorial on how to create dashboards, on how to create alerting rules, and on how to create contact points. For our directory structure, we have to note that there are 5 important files for the provisioning of the system, starting with the Docker Compose SATP YAML. In this YAML, we say that all the files within these 2 folders are put within the Docker image. With this configuration, we already do all the necessary steps to automate the provisioning. Now we are just required to put the files within the folders. The directory structure goes as follows. We have a provisioning folder. This folder contains another folder called dashboards and another called alerting. Within the dashboards, we have the configuration for the dashboards, and we have each of the dashboards in a JSON format. For the alerting, we simply have the alerting rules and the contact points in a YAML format that the system is already capable of automatically reading. Starting off with the creation of dashboards, we will first go to a test file for the monitoring system and comment the stop Docker Compose service. It is present here. We will comment it so the system does not stop after we run the test. Then we will run the test. In this case I can run it from here, so I'll just run a simple component of the test. This will activate the system so we can then use it to create our dashboards. Also, it is important to run a test that includes the metrics that are desired to be put into the dashboard, since this way the system is capable of understanding which metric is which, and we can avoid errors from misspelling of a metric or other cases of errors where maybe types are different from what they were expected. Our test has run. We'll now open the Grafana dashboard and we will log in using the password and username admin. We'll skip this step. Okay, now you can see we have already our metrics. So we will now go to dashboards. We will create a new dashboard. We will add a visualization. For example, I want to see metrics from Prometheus. And we click here and we will choose the metric that we want. For example, let's say I want to see the number of successful transactions. We run the query. You can see there's one successful transaction. I'll call this successful transactions. I will change the label success transactions, and I will the query again and click save. The new dashboard, I'll call it transactions. You can call it whatever you desire, and I'll put it in the folder dashboards. Now I want to add a new visualization type. Click here. I can change the data source. For example, I might say I want logs, so I'll select logs. They're here. I will run the query. I think I have to put a label. Yeah. And we have the logs. I'll save the dashboard once again. I'll go back. Now our dashboard has two elements. This is enough. We can click exit, edit. We need to save first. Again, exit, edit. And now we click export. We export as code. You can see all of our code for this dashboard. I'll download the file. Now we will get the file here, copy it, bring it to Grafana, provisioning, dashboards, and I'll put it there. I'm gonna rename it to just be transactions. And then I'll have to add it to the YAML. By doing this, I copy what already exists, called transactions. You can give the name that you want. I'm going to call it transaction dashboard. I'm going to call it, it's within dashboard, it's called transactions. Yes, and this is already enough to show it. Now we will kill the Docker image. Just to show that it is working. We will also remove it. As you can see, the system is already not working. If we reload, there's nothing. Now, if we restart the test for the functionality, okay, our test has finished running. We will open again the web browser. On dashboards, we can see that transactions is already present. It contains our data. Give it a second. Yes, there we go. Now, every time we want to open dashboards, we can see it's there. Now, moving on to contact points. We will first go to alerting, open this menu, click contact points. I have defined some test contact points. However, I want to create a new one. I'll click create contact point. I select integration. In this case, I want a WhatsApp integration. Let's say notes. And it asks me for the Discord webhook URL. For this, I'll go to Discord, I'll click edit channel, integrations, create webhook, new webhook. I can copy the webhook URL select it here, and I'll place it in my webhook URL. I click save. First, actually, I should have tested it to see if it's working. Send custom. And we can see it is firing, so we have our integration done. It is working. Now we click save, and we're ready to use it for alerts. For alerting, finally, we open alert rules. We want to create, for example, a rule that when a transaction occurs, it sends out an alert. Let's do this. Add new rule. New transaction. I'm going to select when ongoing transactions is bigger than 1. Query, yes. When query is above 0, yes. Review. Okay. Now we have to select a folder. I'm going to put it in alerts, but you should create a new folder. Then an evaluation behavior. I'm going to add a new evaluation group that runs every 10 seconds. I'm going to call it 10 seconds just for that. And I'll use the contact point that we defined before in notes. This way, okay, now click save, and we have an alert for ongoing transactions. Let's see if it's working. We don't have anything yet. Let's run a transaction. While that is running, let's also learn how to export it. We can go back, and we have to export this rule, or click export with modifications, export, and we download it. After downloading it, we just take this file, I think yes, it's here, copy it, and we put it in alerts. I also forgot to mention, we should also do the same for the contact points by doing more, export, and download. And we will also put it in alerting. Right now our system is already provisioned with the contact point and alert that we defined. However, we will do a test run following this test where we will restart the Docker image and check if the contact point and the alert are both there. Our test has finished running. Let's check if we have an alert. We do have an alert. It's warning us that there is a new transaction. To finalize, I'll reboot the Docker image by killing and removing. I'll also quickly set it up. No need to run a test. If we run it like this, we should be able to see our dashboard for transactions. No data because the metrics were not defined by any test. The contact point, we have here notes. It sends a notification to Discord. It's already provisioned. And our alert, in 10 seconds, it's ready provisioned and ready to go. That concludes our tutorial.